The fire that fuels revolution. Provocative ideas as catalysts for social change in an era defined by rapid technological advancement and global interconnectedness. The power of provocative ideas has never been more potent, or more dangerous. These are not mere opinions. They are sparks in the tinderbox of societal complacency, capable of igniting movements that reshape civilizations. Provocative ideas challenge the status quo, disrupt entrenched systems, and force societies to confront uncomfortable truths. They do so through bold assertions, radical reimaginings, and unflinching critiques of power structures that have long gone unquestioned. Redefining the boundaries of thought at their core, provocative ideas exist at the fringes of accepted discourse, pushing against intellectual boundaries that many would prefer remain untouched. This is where innovation begins, not in the comfort zones of consensus but in the crucible of controversy. Consider the case of Galileo's heliocentric theory, which defied centuries of religious doctrine. Or Marx's critique of capitalism, which upended economic paradigms. These were not simply new theories, they were ideological grenades tossed into the heart of prevailing worldviews. Dangerous knowledge. Provocative ideas often carry risks for those who propose them. Intellectual persecution, professional exile, even physical danger can follow from challenging dominant narratives. Cognitive dissonance. When confronted with provocative ideas, individuals experience mental discomfort. This tension can either lead to transformation or reinforce existing beliefs, depending on personal resilience. The double-edged sword of disruption. Social change requires disruption, yet disruptive ideas come with inherent dangers. While they can dismantle oppressive systems, they may also destabilize communities reliant on those very systems. This duality means that provocative thinkers must navigate complex ethical landscapes. A proposal to abolish private property might liberate the oppressed while simultaneously threatening livelihoods built upon capitalist frameworks. Economic reckonings. A study by the World Bank found that countries implementing drastic economic reforms saw both increased inequality and reduced poverty rates within 5 years. This paradox highlights the complexity of transformative ideas. Economist Thomas Piketty's work on wealth concentration illustrates how provocative analyses can expose systemic flaws without necessarily providing immediate solutions. Reimagining justice through provocative lenses. Traditional legal systems are designed around established norms, making them resistant to radical reinterpretations. Yet some of history's most impactful justice reforms began precisely because of such challenges. When Cesare Beccaria argued for abolishing torture in the 18th century, he was proposing an idea so provocative it threatened entire judicial infrastructures. His writings ultimately influenced modern penal codes worldwide. Education as a weapon against ignorance. Provocative educational approaches, those that question curricula, methodologies, and institutional biases, are essential tools for fostering critical consciousness. Such pedagogies actively cultivate dissent rather than merely transmitting information. Paulo Freire's Pedagogy of the Oppressed exemplifies this approach, arguing that education should empower students to interrogate power relations rather than passively absorb facts. The role of art in provoking conscience. Artistic expression provides a uniquely powerful medium for delivering provocative messages. From political theater to protest music, artists have historically served as society's conscience. Banksy's street art installations, for instance, use visual satire to comment on war, consumerism, and government surveillance, all issues central to contemporary activist discourse. Digital platforms as amplifiers of dissent. The internet has transformed the landscape of provocative thought dissemination. What once required print media or public speeches now reaches millions instantaneously through digital platforms. However, this accessibility comes with its own set of challenges. Algorithms prioritize engagement over truth, creating echo chambers that limit exposure to truly provocative perspectives. The paradox of visibility. A Pew Research Center survey revealed that only 12% of users encounter opposing viewpoints daily online. This lack of diverse input undermines the potential for genuine ideological confrontation. Yet when managed effectively, These platforms can foster unprecedented levels of solidarity among activists across geographical borders. Constructive chaos, building alternatives amidst turmoil. While provocative ideas inherently create chaos, the most effective ones include blueprints for alternative realities. True revolutionary thought doesn't stop at dismantling, it must offer reconstruction plans. Malcolm X's advocacy went beyond denouncing racism. He proposed concrete strategies for Black empowerment that included economic independence, cultural preservation, and political participation. Facing the backlash, resistance to provocation. No movement driven by provocative ideas goes uncontested. Establishments threatened by these thoughts will employ various tactics to suppress them, from censorship to character assassination. Historically, governments have used laws against sedition, blasphemy, and incitement to silence dissidents whose ideas pose existential threats to the current order. Maintaining integrity in the midst of controversy. Promoting provocative ideas demands unwavering commitment to principles. Activists must guard against co-optation by institutions seeking to dilute radical visions into manageable reforms. This vigilance requires constant self-reflection. Are we advocating for real change, or have we become comfortable with incremental progress? Can our message withstand scrutiny without losing potency? The future of provocative thinking. As artificial intelligence reshapes human interaction, the nature of provocative ideas will evolve dramatically. We'll see new forms of resistance emerge alongside novel mechanisms of control. Already, AI-generated deepfakes present unprecedented challenges for truth-tellers. Meanwhile, machine learning algorithms analyze vast datasets to predict and preempt social unrest before it materializes. Conclusion: provocative ideas remain vital instruments in the struggle for social change. Their power lies not just in challenging existing structures but in inspiring entirely new ways of being in the world. To harness this energy constructively, we must embrace provocation not as an end goal but as a necessary process, one that demands courage, integrity, and above all, a relentless pursuit of truth.